Hello, this is Sanghavi, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, LJ Institute of Pharmacy. Let me today start with the practical session. The aim of today's experiment is to synthesize benzil from benzoin. Let me say. Now, if I talk about the synthesis, generally practical aspect when we see the requirement is of course conical flask, pipette, beaker. These are the essential requirements. If you focus on the chemical reactions, the benzoin is converted into the benzil in presence of nitric acid. Remember one thing, this is not the nitration, because on first sight that when we are using HNO3, our mind says that it is a nitration. It is not the nitration. Type of reaction is simple oxidation reaction. We all know very well what is oxidation. It is generally said that addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. And when we see the structural difference between these two, this alcohol group is now going to oxidize to form the ketonic group. It means there is removal of hydrogen from the hydroxyl group. So basically the hydroxyl group is there. This hydroxyl group containing carbon is attached with two carbon, and of course that why it is called as a secondary alcoholic group. When you talk about the oxidation, we all know very well HNO3 is used as a oxidizing agent. Fine. So it is converted into ketone. Organic chemistry aspect, if I say, it is a simple oxidation of alcohol to the ketone. Simple. Now, when I talk about principle, already told you that secondary alcohol group is converted into ketone group, and hence we surely say that benzoin is converted into benzil. What is important aspect as far as principle is concerned? Remember one thing, we are not using sulfuric acid right now, and that is why there is no any possibility of nitration, because aromatic ring systems are there. Definitely, as a part of reaction, we always think that when HNO3 is there, nitration of benzene is there. But if I talk about the role of H2SO4, it plays very important role as a catalyst. But now it is not there in the reaction, so there won't be any chances of what you can say the nitration of aromatic ring system. Now, when I talk about mechanism is a simple few steps that we have to discuss. As HNO3 solution we are using, so the OH group is already protonated. One additional hydrogen is always there in the solution. So lone pair of electron present on oxygen will attack on quaternary nitrogen. So what will happen? What will happen? Definitely this oxygen acquires positive charge, because now oxygen has two valency, but now it is attached with this particular group. So what will happen? This once O will attacking the nitrogen, definitely the bond between oxygen and nitrogen is now broken down, and definitely it will be given to the oxygen. So now water molecule is there. It is always ready to accept the proton. So that again this water molecule is being what you can say protonated. Fine. Now after that what will happen? More water molecules are always there. It will again abstract the proton, right, which is attached to this carbon, and what will happen at the end? This nitro group is being removed now. So definitely the electrons between carbon and hydrogen is now form a bond with carbon and oxygen. So now this will be our benzene. Simple oxidation is that. Simple oxidation. We just have to use dilute nitric acid. Fine. It is aqueous one. So water is always there, and hence the hydroxyl group of nitric acid is always protonated, and mechanism starts from that end, right? Okay, fine. As far as procedural aspect is concerned, definitely you have to take certain quantity of benzoin. Again, if you use the concentrated HNO3, yeah, you can use dilute, but when we talk about rate of reaction is always high when we use concentrated HNO3. So definitely concentrated HNO3 we have to add in the conical flask, or you can say round bottom flask if you have taken, no problem. Once you add, and you have to apply the heat directly on the burner. So what will happen? The situation will be like this. You can observe orange red fumes. Once this fume completely ceases, it means there is an end of reaction. And finally, the step of reaction workup comes into the picture. We have to pour that conical flask contain reaction mixture into the ice cold water. So definitely benzil will precipitate it out. It is a yellow solid. Fine. Now how this process will take place, we'll show you the demo. Now here you have to take first of all the crude benzoin. Now once you start the reactions, right, it is something like this. You just have to have a constant shaking so that maximum molecules can be reacted. No problem. This conical flask we have to put on the burner. So once you start the heating, what will happen, you can see this is orange red fumes will be there. You can see orange red fumes. Once you perform this experiment, you will realize that orange red fumes, it is hazardous to your health. So you compulsorily have to wear the mask, or else this reaction must be carried out in the fuming hood, because these fumes are very hazardous. That is why. Now after that, what will happen, you have to pour. Once this fume ceases, you have to pour this content into the what you can say ice cold water, so that it will precipitate out, that is crude benzene. Now the product will be like this. Fine. So when I talk about practical aspect, the book which we have to refer is of course Hitesh Rawal. A procedure is given. Fine. Now after this I will show you the demo how it is to be performed.